What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
What is going on, Big Shot Bob? I know what it is. It's Friday. And it is the shoot-around. We've done 107 of these jokers. Man, time flies, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be screaming in on show 300 before we even know it. And after you rolled out the entire Spectrum crew for show 200, I'm anxious to find out what's going to happen on show 300. Maybe we'll finally have Shaq back on. Who knows?
Yeah.
Big fella's elusive at best. I wanted to bring up a couple stories this week, and if you ever have a question for us or something you want us to talk about, just as our little end of the week, little fun extra show, send it on over the Big Shot Bob. We're at Big Shot Bob Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook, and we've got Big Shot Bob Pod at Gmail if you ever want to send us a note. Most of us respond, ? I don't know if Rob ever checks his DMs on any of these things or no. Do you check your DMs?
What's a DM?
Okay, there you go.
I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah.
No,
usually,
I do not.
No,
Mm-hmm.
you don't check your Instagram DMs? Okay.
I'll scroll through if I see like you or B or someone I know.
Someone
I'll
you
look.
know?
But someone I don't know, I won't look.
Okay,
Gotcha.
So don't reach out to Rob. Just look for the rest of us at Rob Jenners, at BHarper90.
No, just say if you're gonna reach out to me, just say, hey, I watch. Once I see, hey, I watch, then I will open it up.
Okay, so there's your trick to get in with Robert Horry.
Mm-hmm.
Question for the podcast, or hey, I watched the podcast, or something.
Yes.
You gotta stroke his fragile ego to get him to.
No, hey, I'm like a kid. You gotta send a butterfly. Like, oh, look, a butterfly, and then it's the butterfly effect.
Yeah,
you need something to get my attention.
Yeah, look, a butterfly tattoo. Oh wait, that's the wrong butterfly. I wanted to bring up my favorite story from the last 2 weeks. We didn't have a chance to bring it up last week because we taped so late in the week. Was the Hunter Renfro story, and I just thought it was awesome. Hunter Renfro was cut by the Panthers, and then they had to put a couple guys on injured reserve, and they had to they traded away Adam Thielen, and they all of a sudden they have room on their roster before the season starts to get Hunter Renfro back. So his agent and Dan Morgan, who's the GM of the Carolina Panthers, start calling him to get him to re-sign. He's not answering. 10 phone calls are missed from the Panthers and from his manager and his agent and the GM of the Panthers because they were going to his iPad and his daughter was watching Bluey.
Wow.
And she kept denying the call every time it came in. It would pop up in front of her Bluey episode. She would go, whoop, goodbye. Whoop, goodbye. This dude almost missed out on an NFL contract because his daughter was watching Bluey on her iPad. I absolutely love that story.
That
all
happens
the calls are
so
coming through?
often.
She was seeing the calls on the iPad because they're all, you know how it is, iPad, your
Right.
iPhone, your iPad, they're all connected.
Yeah.
So it was coming in through, and she was seeing it pop up on the iPad before it was hitting his phone, I guess. She was just like, nope.
That's
Nope.
interesting.
And nope.
Yeah,
And
because he was
stop
preparing
calling.
for like a birthday party, right? He was
Yeah,
doing
I think that's right.
something.
Yeah, he was
and so
busy doing something, so his phone never got any of the calls. So they were going to his iPad, and his daughter's watching Bluey, and she's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, get out of my Bluey." So my question is, and this is more for you, Rob. Have your kids ever screwed you over somehow, by accident, even?
Well, it's the standard thing where kids don't understand, like, hey, you just can't order stuff off when you have it like on like the video games. All of a sudden, you get like $1,000 worth for you know, they used to buy like the shoes and the socks for the character, and so
like the outfits and the skins and stuff like that.
And they just thought they didn't think it was real money, and they was just buying. So I'm like, what the fuck, man?
What did y'all do?
What's $1,000? What the heck? So yeah, that's the only thing that they've ever done.
Okay. My daughter, I adore her. She is about to turn 13. She is the queen of ratting me out when I make a mistake. Like, if I screw something up and I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. I did not intend to run that red light. I was kind of half paying attention and we went through a light and it was kind of turning red. First thing we walk in the door, Daddy ran a red light. I mean, like, God damn it. Like, I'm like, I've got enough shit in this house. I don't need you ratting out everything I do. I went to pick her up at dance one night. I didn't grab my shoes, so I'm driving with my socks. My wife has this thing. I don't like you driving without shoes on. I don't know why. So the minute we walk into the house, I'm just like sneaking in quietly, and she's like, "Daddy forgot his shoes." I'm like, "God damn it!" Like, snitches get stitches, girl. Like, you got to learn this lesson early in life. She rats me out at every corner.
Hey,
That's crazy.
Hey, next time you sneak into that kitchen and get something you're not supposed to, I'm
Oh.
gonna rat you out.
Oh no, you don't have to worry about that. She's already got me. She's got me on cam, and she's like, "Daddy's getting cookies." Like, but I love her to death. But man, I think she does it for her own amusement, just to watch me squirm.
Probably.
I think
probably
so too.
I'm like, good for you, girl. That's a good time. All right, question from Jeff. Game on the line, 1 shot left. Who are the Clippers trusting to take the shot? Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, or Bradley Beal? 1 possession for the win. Who do you want taking the last shot of those 3 guys?
It should be.
This is, I guess, the question should be, if all of these guys are healthy and playing, who do you want taking the shot?
I would probably say if all are healthy, probably Kawhi.
Okay.
Hey, is it a game 7?
Oh, it didn't say anything about a game 7. It just said game on the line. If it's a game 7, that's a different. James is out. James, you can go sit. I love you. You go sit.
Hey, I'm taking Kawhi. Yeah, that's this question is pretty much a no-brainer because Bradley Beal is new to the team. James Harden is, it's not his team. It's Kawhi's team, so Kawhi takes this shot.
I think you're right. But I mean, like, it's hard to argue against. I mean, James Harden's a bucket. Dude, he's always a bucket. So if it's a game on the line situation, I think you're right. Because if it's game 7, we've saw that, James just has those games where when they're the kind of the biggest moment, he sort of comes up short. So, that said, games on the line, I don't know. I've seen Kawhi hit a lot of those shots, though. So, yeah, I think it's Kawhi. Coach Steph, I wanted to bring this up. Aisha Curry revealed last week that Steph wanted to have wanted to be a high school basketball coach. And then Steph kind of came out and said that was it. He said, I mean, anything's possible. Who knows what the future holds? But the idea of like an alternate universe, I would have been happy as hell to be a high school basketball coach, knowing how important that is for the kids. He said that in an interview with NBC Sports last week. I like the idea of Steph as a coach, not even at like a pro level, but like to the youngsters. I don't know. There's something about his personality I think that really kind of fits mentoring the younger kids. Not that NBA guys wouldn't listen to him or anything like that, but I like that idea of getting them into the right kind of mindset real young, like that high school age. You think he'd be a good coach? And did you ever think about coaching?
Yeah, that was my plan A coming out of high school. Plan A was to be a coach. I want to be a math teacher / coach or coach / math teacher. I just like coaching.
A math teacher.
Yeah. And then as I got better at basketball and got to the next level and realized how much assholes players can be. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to be a coach anymore. But I would want to catch them before they become assholes, at high school level. But college, I have to be one of those coaches like what's my man up at Michigan State?
Izzo.
Well, I'm gonna cuss you out. You cuss me out. We can hug it out at the end. So that's the only way. But you have to. I think that nowadays, most coaches, if you lay the groundwork with your players and let them know who you are, and say, don't bring that AAU bullshit in here. Don't bring that ego bullshit in here.
Oh, that's a tough.
I'm gonna coach you hard. If you don't want to be coached hard, don't come here. But it's hard now. It's so hard nowadays.
It's so different now,
especially with NIL. It's so hard.
Yeah. But you high school math teacher, I never would have pinned that on you in 100 years. I don't know why. And I'm not trying to take a shot at you. I just didn't.
I got you. Yeah.
Math teacher.
I wouldn't have thought math teacher either.
I would have given you like like all the other high school coaches, which are like, I teach PE and I coach high school football and basketball.
No, but my mom, my aunts, my mom was a teacher. I got like 5 aunts.
Yeah, I do know your mom's a teacher. Yeah.
So it was just, it was just one of those things that you could see and touch and feel, and that oh, this is a way out. Especially growing up in the South, but you didn't really have that many opportunities. So it's like, okay,
yeah,
be a teacher.
Okay. You still have any desire to coach at all? No, it's just. Are you beyond it?
that was one of the main reasons I went back to get my degree. Because I know
Okay.
to coach on the college level, you have to have a degree. And then I was like, if it wasn't for me doing television for the Lakers, I think I would have pursued coaching big time. But I got
Wow.
this job right out of, as soon as I retired, 2 years
Yeah.
later, I was, in the booth.
Yeah.
And so I think if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I would be a coach somewhere. Because I told you, Kurt Rambis, my second year, he asked me to come coach with him in Minnesota, and I had to turn that down, unfortunately, because my daughter got sick. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
always wanted to coach.
Okay. Where would you want to coach? Like if you had to pick a place you'd like to coach? College?
I would love to coach in college.
Okay.
I would.
Any
But here's the
specific
thing.
place in college you'd like to coach?
I would love to coach somewhere like Rice, or I want to coach at a school that's is known for education. I wouldn't want to go to nowhere like Duke or somewhere
Okay.
like that. I would want to go to like a Rice, or a Baylor, or a Pepperdine, or somewhere where a school is known for their
Okay.
education, where basketball players are going to come in intelligent because they got to get in school, number one. And so I'm like, okay. Harvard, no, because I want to fucking win too. So no, not Harvard, not no Ivy League school, but someone like one of those schools like right there on the cusp. So
I get it, but Rice, Pepperdine, I mean Baylor, cool.
yeah,
I
I
don't
know
remember
you
the
probably
last time
saying they ain't
Rice.
gonna win, but my point is just like you gonna get the intelligent guys,
Okay.
and that they'll listen. The
Okay.
guys who come in who can barely fucking get in school, they already think they're going to the next level before they get there. They sometimes don't listen.
I can see you. You know where I can see you on. I can see you on a
That's why I
coaching
wanted to go to
staff.
Georgia Tech. Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. What happens
Well,
if
and two, you just want to move back to the South too. I can
Good
see
point.
you
Mhm.
on the Houston coaching staff. For some reason, I can see you Houston Cougars. I
Mhm.
can see you back in Houston on that coaching staff in some capacity.
I could
Don't
do
ask
that.
me why. Don't ask. I just can envision that being the case.
I would love to do that.
That's just me.
Houston's a good and it gets him back to no state tax, so he's a happy man at that point.
Well,
You know what I mean? But it's also I like the correlation there. Rob played for the Rockets, won 2 titles for the Rockets, loves the city of Houston. So yeah, there's a lot of synergy there. I could see that, and I'm not gonna lie.
I
Like
could I could go across the town and go to UCLA and coach because he needs the fucking help over there.
oh yeah,
Let's be
well,
honest.
I don't think your son wants. Well, he might.
well,
USC or UCLA, I could do a really good job helping them out because
yeah,
first of all, I'm gonna come in there with a pedigree and Cronin just ain't gonna say anything to me because I'm like, listen, dude, I won more than you have, so you're gonna fucking listen to my opinion. If you don't,
yeah.
I can take my shoes for a walk. So
How would your son feel about you being on the staff of the team the program that he's on and he plays for?
that's what I would get this about Christian. He is the best listener ever. Like I could tell him something. He separates dad and coach. When I
Got it.
coach him for AAU, I'm like, I'm not your dad, I'm your coach. So just listen to me, and then I'll hug you afterwards. So I think he's Christian's a really intelligent kid, and so I think he would be able to separate it. And I think he would be like, yeah, I'm gonna get a fucking chance now if my dad's head coach because dad's all about winning. I don't give a how much fucking money you make. It's about
Mhm.
performance on the court.
Okay,
Got you.
yeah. I'm curious to see what Stoudemire's tenure at Georgia Tech's going to be because they've had a rocky couple of seasons under Damon. But if that job were to come available, and they call Mr. Robert Horry, meets your pedigree of you got to be intelligent to get in, you got to be a smart kid to get in there, school with a little bit of pedigree. I don't know, man.
He
Really
would
good
be
for
elated.
ACC too. So you gotta
ACC school,
Mhm.
yeah. Maybe you can come in and embarrass Duke sometime. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right. This question came from David, and this is an interesting question because 5 of these guys are like, man, they could have been, and some of them were, but not as great as they could have been. Remove the injuries from the equation. I'm going to give you 5 players. Who do you want to build a team around? Was this question. Here's the 5 he laid out. Brandon Roy, Tracy McGrady, Derrick Rose, Greg Oden, and Grant Hill. So again, it's Brandon Roy, Tracy McGrady, Derrick Rose, Greg Oden, Grant Hill. take the injuries out of the equation.
That's the big part.
Who do you want?
To me, I can take two of those guys off that list real quick. Odin
Okay.
and Roy
Okay.
off that list really fast.
Okay.
But then I struggle with,
McGrady, Rose, and Grant.
Yeah. Because I'm going to take Tracy off just because Tracy was there. He did a lot,
But
before he got injured.
He had a career.
Yeah, he had a career. So that's the only reason I'm taking, because when he was in Houston, he wreaked havoc. So I'm taking Tracy off that. And then I think the most intriguing one would be Grant Hill. I think I have to rock with Grant Hill because Detroit Grant Hill, and because of his size,
Yep.
and that's the only reason. And you think about before those ankles went bad, he was scary. Even though D Rose, the way he could dominate a game at a smaller level, was just a bad man too. But I just got this love for Grant Hill for some reason. I don't know why. But I have that list: Grant Hill 1A, Derrick Rose 1B.
Cool. I'm gonna take D Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Him being one of, if not the youngest MVP ever, how dominant he was. You talk about the team that was built around him. They're the team that gave LeBron and them, when he was in Miami, fits, and the team that matched up with them pretty well because they were a defensive basketball team.
Yeah.
And his athleticism at the point guard position, outside of Westbrook, is something that the league had rarely ever seen. And just how explosive he was, getting to the basket, him working on his jump shot. I'm gonna take D Rose from an athletic standpoint. What's up?
I was going to add someone to that list that should be on that list.
What's
Go
that?
ahead.
Penny Hardaway.
That's a good one to
Yeah.
add to the list.
Yeah.
Because at that point, yeah, I mean, he's 100% in the top of that order conversation. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm with you, Rob. If you're sticking me to the list, I'm 1A, 1B, and either Derrick Rose or Grant Hill. They're interchangeable for me in the sense that, Harper, you're 100% right about Derrick Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, he had that stretch where we were just like, oh my God, he's going to be like, he's going to take this league over.
Yeah.
And then the injuries just kicked him back, hurt him. But both of those guys at the top of their game when they were really dialed in, they were both just smart players, dominant players. I mean, Grant Hill could see the floor. Derrick Rose was just a force. I mean, could not be stopped.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss with either of those dudes. But if you put Penny in that conversation, man, I don't know. I would have loved to see what Penny Hardaway could have done with a full healthy career, because you're right. That's a scary one. That's a tough conversation at that point. All right, let's do one last thing here, and it comes from Clutch Points. We'll wrap up Shoot Around this week. And by the way, if you ever have a fun, stupid throwaway conversation for us you want to have on the Friday show, send it on over. Clutch Points sent us this one. Start, bench, cut. We do these a bunch. They're fun. 3 stars in their prime. Jimmy Butler on the Heat. Paul George on the Thunder. Carmelo Anthony on the Knicks. Start, bench, cut.
I'm going to start. Where's Jimmy?
On the Heat.
I'm going to start Melo. Oh,
That's a tough one.
I'm going to start Melo. Paul George is what makes it tough. If this was Paul George in Indiana, this would be different.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a bench Jimmy, and I may cut Paul George. And I hate saying that because I love Paul George.
But is that recency bias?
No, but I do think a lot of this comes down to availability as well. Yeah. Because it's not just now that Paul George had been dealing with injuries. And I also think that when it comes down to Jimmy and Melo, both of them also had alpha dog mentality. Sometimes I've questioned that with Paul George. He had alpha dog talent, but sometimes his mentality did not ring off, hey, get on my back. We're going to go do this, and we're going to do this my way. We're going to live and die by me.
Yeah. Thunder Paul George I cut. Just because it's the Thunder Paul George.
Yeah.
And the Paul George, I love him to death. Jimmy Butler, I'm starting.
Are you starting him over Knicks Melo?
Yes, because you know me. I need you to give me something on the other
end of the floor.
defensively. So that's the only reason. You know, Jimmy is quote unquote two-way player. So I'm and think about playoff Jimmy is a different motherfucker.
Well,
So-
playoff Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah. And-
Yeah,
and
I'm kind of stuck in the middle on the sense that I'm with you both where I don't love it, but I'm going to cut Paul George. And I'm really kind of in the middle here because Jimmy, he took the whole team, put it on his back, got him to the finals.
Right.
Got him deep into the playoffs a couple times just by being who he is. But damn, it's really hard to bench Knicks Melo. I mean, like that's a hard. Yeah, you're coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony just put on a Hall of Fame jacket.
Hey, what Melo said in his press conference? AP, they want to bring me off the bench, and everybody just started laughing because he hated. Because they even talked about for a minute how they wanted to possibly. The rumor was bring him off the bench, and Melo was not thrilled with that. Talking about somebody at the press conference, hey, they want to bring me off the bench, and he started laughing at it. Obviously, it was one of those, yeah, that's not happening. So
I just don't understand. That to me, it's the most ridiculous thing. I don't know where it came from. Unless you have it in your contract, you need to start so many games. It doesn't matter where you enter the game. It's how you finish the game. If I have you there fourth quarter, that means you're important. I don't give a damn if you come off the bench. And if you start, like let's think about this. How much we talk about Rudy Gobert. He starts the game but can't fucking finish the game.
right.
So does it really fucking matter? If you finish a game, that means the coach trusts you at the end of the game where the game is close. And I don't know where this bullshit. You trying to say Manu Ginobili, Jamal Crawford, all these guys had piss poor careers because they came off the bench? No. It's about when you finish in the clutch moments where the coach says, get in there. We need you because it's the fourth quarter. I would like that hardware on my fucking man saying 6 man of the year. You don't get shit for starting. you get shit for coming off the bench. And that's the way you have to look at it.
Well, you get grief for starting if you don't show up. That's what you get. You get a lot of shit from the fans going, you're a fucking starter. What aren't you doing out there? In the fourth quarter when it matters. Well, because I got in foul trouble and I'm screwed.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I think I'm going to start Heat Jimmy, though. I think I'm with you. And it's not, and I want to see how, because here's the thing. Carmelo might not be happy coming off the bench, and you get him in with some fire when you pull him off the bench. You put Heat Jimmy on the bench, he blows up the locker room, and the whole team falls apart. And then you ain't got a team. And it doesn't matter who's coming off the bench, because he blew the whole thing up.
He takes the 4 bombs on the team, says, I'm going to beat the starters in practice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Minnesota's. Drops a Molotov and walks out. And the whole thing's on fire. Yeah.